Hello guys and welcome to this guide. In this guide we're going to be discussing how to lane as Senna versus ZERI with an engage support. So in this video we're going to be discussing what summoner spells you should be taking, what items you should buy, should you leash your jungler, how to play level 1, should you all-in them at level 2, what you should do before third wave arrives, should you all-in them at level 3, discussing all-in opportunities, recall timings, and wave management throughout the lane. So what are we waiting for? Let's head to it. Against ZERI, Ghost would be really good, so she can't escape you because most of the ZERI players are actually taking Ghost. So to match her movement speed you can take Ghost. Another great summoner spell would be Cleanse. So it depends on the support matchup. So if you're against something like Rakan, which has a charm, so automatically you can cleanse the charm, right? Also you can cleanse any exhaust because some of Rakan players actually take exhaust instead of ignite, so it's gonna be really beneficial to take cleanse against him as well. But in general, in this matchup, if I didn't have Rakan, I would go Ghost. Of course, it also depends on the enemy team comp. If I have Lissandra or some heavy CC, mid laner or the jungler, of course cleanse gonna be really valuable for later on. What items you should buy? So it also depends on the enemy team. So if you have a lot of tanks, you go LDR, but generally it would be good to go Collector, Navori, LDR, Shiobo, and then DD against these matchups. Yeah, you can leash your jungler in this scenario because you have a poke support, so automatically you're gonna have prior in lane, and the lane not gonna be as difficult because it's Rakan, right? Even if he doubles you level 1, like, we can't do anything to you. Plus ZERI can't actually do anything level 1 due to her Qs not going through the wave, so if you just stay in your wave you should be fine. How to play level 1? So at level 1 your goal is to push out the wave and get lane priority. So even though that we went for a trade on the Rakan, our goal stays the same, to push out the wave and get level 2 first. Should you all-in them at level 2? And the answer is yes. You should definitely look for all-in opportunities because you're way stronger level 2 and you should try to abuse that power. Also, after shoving in the wave, you should always look for vision wards, and deep vision wards are always nice. So I already answered the next question. What you should do after before the third wave arrives, you should go for deep vision if you have priority in lane. That way you're gonna be snowballing the game quite a bit and having more vision on where the enemy jungler is. Of course, right now ZERI overstepped and we get a double kill. Let's rewind it real quick and see why did this play work and what mistakes did enemy team make, so you can see the mistakes that enemy does in your games, and it's gonna help you spot them and make sure that you punish them. So their biggest mistake was fighting in the wave. Of course they were focusing me, but they underestimated my power level 2. And because they fought in our wave, the cannon minion was also helping us out. Plus it's quite difficult for ZERI to actually keep damaging us because we're fighting in a wave. So it became really awkward for them, and then because of that we could easily punish them at level 2. Should you all-in them at level 3? Definitely yes. You're way strong at level 3 and you should be looking for all-in opportunities at any point that you can, but at the same time you need to make sure that the Senna is the one engaging the trades, right? So you want to make sure that the Senna looks for a trade first and then you follow her play up. So right now we go for another trade and we get a ZERI flash, which is pretty nice, and we actually get Rakan as well, but sadly the Senna goes down because of that. And right now our goal is to shove in the lane and reset. After getting a pick, you always want to reset and spend your gold because you want to stay as powerful in lane as possible. So getting a critical gonna bring us even more ahead, and also it's really important to time out the support and ADC summoner spells because that's gonna help you a lot to know when we don't have summoner spells up and you can look for all-in opportunities. Also, whenever your jungler paths towards the bot lane, you need to make sure that you're playing way more aggressive and you're trading way more heavily, so the enemy team is quite low and becomes easy for the Kayn to gank. So as you can see right now, this was a perfect opportunity where the Senna just literally froze the lane and we get another 2 kills. Of course, it feels pretty good when the jungler is playing for your lane, right? Sadly, this treatment doesn't happen too often, but if you're gonna be managing your wave good, also if your matchup gonna be pretty easy, which is ZERI Rakan, right? It's a really easy matchup. Right now, you can see a clear mistake from the Senna. She overstayed, and right now she's risking her life for that one plate. So you should be pinging back your support whenever they overstay for the plate, and in this case scenario it was my mistake to not ping her back because she was actually at risk. Of course, after we reset, we get pickaxe and we're almost having collector at 6 minutes, which is pretty amazing. Wave management. So right now, what is your goal? You already got 4 kills, you're really strong in the lane. How do you snowball this lead? How can you deny enemy team gold and experience? So right now the wave is neutral, so it's pretty hard to deny anything from enemy team, right? Also we see Evelynn being topside, so we can play as aggressive as possible. So our priority right now is to slow push the wave and let Senna poke her down for free, right? Because we're not afraid of Rakan. If Rakan goes in on the Senna, we can always follow play up. Also, you shouldn't be using your abilities on the wave. Make sure that you're only auto-attacking and hitting the minions while the Senna is trading heavily, right? And whenever you see an opportunity where the Rakan misuses his W, you can always look to turn, of course, when you hit level 6. But whenever Rakan misses his W, you should always look for an opportunity to punish, right? So as you can see, I ignored the Rakan and I instantly went on the ZERI because your main target is ZERI and you should always prioritize ADC over support. Of course, there is exceptions to the rule if they're really low and you can burst them down, or if it's something like Soraka who keeps them alive for a really long time, then you need to adapt your playstyle to that. Of course, after we get a pick, we push in the wave and we reset. This is really important, and I see a lot of ADC mains overstaying the lane and then getting punished for that. So always make sure to spend your gold and not throw your lead. Main pings that he's coming bot side, so of course we start to shove in the wave because we're gonna be looking for a dive. Of course, because enemy bot lane is already really behind and Rakan is still level 5, this is gonna be a pretty easy dive no matter how we play it out. So right now we chase down the ZERI, and then I'm just waiting for the Senna to auto-attack the Rakan because I don't want to be the one auto-attacking the Rakan and getting the turret aggro. So I'm just waiting for Senna or Kayn to actually auto-attack the Senna so they get the turret aggro. I know that I have dashes, but I want to use the dashes to actually do more damage so that dive takes as little time as possible. And of course the laning phase is over. So that's about it for this video. We shove in one more wave, we reset, we're gonna be buying BF sword, and then we're gonna be going mid lane and snowballing the game even harder. So that's about it for this video. If you have any questions or any suggestions, how can I make this series better? So if you have any questions, we can add to this list because this is gonna be new series, right? I'm gonna go through literally every single ADC in the game, and then maybe we're gonna go for every single support matchup as well with the ADC. Of course, the variety is quite huge, but we're gonna try our best to actually discuss as many supports as possible. So that's about it for this video. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and have a nice rest of your day.